I hate saying this. I try to say it in the most loving way possible, but I tell them this is a good product. But at this point, there are so many smart people building virtually the same thing that this meets expectations, but it doesn't necessarily exceed expectations. And given how, let's say, small the market is, if you're not wowing people and really having them convert, you're just not likely to have a big enough business to support it, let alone to quote unquote exit and make a killing. Now, some people say we'll start with immigration law and we'll expand into other places. That's definitely feasible. Immigration law is a really good first kind of entry point into legal tech. It's flat fee based for the most part. And so there is an incentive to be more efficient. And efficiency is often created by technology. That's number one. Number two, there's been a lot of innovation in it, and it's part of the DNA, it feels like, of immigration. Some of the first case management systems ever were for the immigration industry, to my knowledge, and cloud based, right? Also, immigration case management platforms, forms platforms went on the cloud like in early 2000. Yeah, so I think
A
that's
lot of
true.
them
But
were
like, if you
former applicants, and then they work with their immigration attorney. So they're like tech people that came in the immigration process. I could do this too because all the forms I did. So it's the first ambitious foreign tech person coming in jumped on it.
and all respect to them, and they're building a great thing, but if they don't do enough market research to see what is already being built, they're going to spend their time and energy building something that's probably pretty decent, but it's
Yeah.
just amongst 5, 6, 7, 10 competitors, and those competitors have a slight advantage of being there first. And it just, sure, you can get 5, 10 law firms, maybe 15, it looks exciting, but it's not going to support a business that's super viable, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Well,
I will say this. I had a guest on my show last week who I met at a recent conference who is building an AI kind of reception service. And not just a receptionist, but like somebody who helps schedule things and schedule calls and send meeting, but it's all AI based, speaks multiple languages. That's a really great use case for starting with immigration, but then also expanding into other legal fields, verticals, or even just other professional services, accountants, engineering firms, you name it. So I think there are instances of AI companies that start in immigration and truly will expand into other spaces. But I think others that go super deep into building out forms and building out modules for the beneficiary and the petitioner and the lawyer and all that stuff, it gets really deep into the immigration workflow. And I just, it's hard for me to foresee all of them surviving.
when there were a lot of MP3 players in the 90s or the 2000s when Apple came out with their pod at the time or whatever it was. And the two things it is, one, it made it so sleek and sexy that it like took over, and they had massive marketing campaigns. So you could have essentially the product existed, but they just made it very nice looking and then marketed the hell out of it. So you got to do that. Now I have ulterior motives too, because we have sponsors, and but that's the way a lot of them are successful. You got to get the word out a lot. So it's a deep marketing campaign that goes with it.